Hello guys, for today's video we're going to rationalize this verbal analogy single word approach. Okay, so there we go. Egypt, Pharaoh, Mongolia is what? Okay, so Egypt was ruled by pharaohs. Mongolia was ruled by what? Okay, so Sultan, Tsar, Caesar, or Khan. Sultan is usually like with the Muslim dominated regions. In the Philippines, we also had lots of what's this Sultan during the pre-colonial era or pre-Spanish era. We have the Sultanate of Sulu, Sultanate of Maguindanao, Sultanate of Lanao, like that. Okay, so meron tayo ding mga sultan sa Cebu, sultan dito sa sa Maynila. That's pre-Spanish. Now, Tsar, this is what the Russians called their ruler long before. Tsar comes from or came from the Caesar of the Roman Empire. Okay, Caesar, and Khan is in Mongolia. Okay, so that's letter D. Khan, that's why we call them Genghis Khan, Kublai Khan, because Mongolia had that what we call Khanate. Okay, Khanate. We have Sultanate, and they also have their Khanate. Okay, Khan. Next one, Caesar, Roman Empire. That's how they call their ruler. Tsar, this is in Russia, as I've told you in number 1. Okay, so there we go, Russia. Next one, Iraq, Mesopotamia. That's the old name, and Iran is Persia. That's the old name. Next one, Inca, this is in America, and Mesopotamia, of course, this is in Asia, because the first civilizations actually recorded in history developed in Asia. We have the Sumerian civilization in the Mesopotamia, and we also have the Ganges civilization in India, and we also have the Yangtze civilization of the Yellow Race or Chinese civilization that developed in Yangtze River, okay, in China. Okay, so ganun siya. Inca, this is one of the what's this civilizations that develop in Central America or Mesoamerica. We call them Mesoamerican civilizations. Meso means middle or central. Mesoamerican civilizations together with the Maya civilization or the Mayan civilizations. We have the Aztec civilizations. We also have the Olmec civilizations. Okay, there we go. Next one, Myanmar. Myanmar's old name is Burma, and France's old name is Gaul. Okay, Gaul. Lombard, Visigoth, and Ostrogoth were just ethnic tribes, or they call it barbaric tribes that attacked the Roman Empire and crippled the Roman Empire during that time, because not just only these three were those ethnic tribes or barbaric tribes that attack Roman Empire. We also have Franks. There are so many, and Danes. Okay, so a lot of them. Next one, Taiwan. Taiwan's old name is Formosa, and Thailand's old name is Siam. Okay, so ganun siya. Abandon, that means discard. Okay, accord means agree. Okay, accord means agree. Next one, we have mammalogy, studies mammals, and morphology, studies words. Mammalogy studies mammals, or morphology, just the same words. Sorry. Next one, mycology studies fungi. Numismatology, this studies coins and the money, and that is letter D. Oncology, that's tumors. Ophthalmology, that is eyes. Okay, there we go. Next one, ornithology, that studies birds, and paleontology studies the ancient, because paleo means old. Okay, the ancient or ancient. Parasitology, parasites. Pathology, that studies pathogens or disease-causing organisms or diseases. Okay, yes, pathology. Philology, that's language, and primatology, of course, that's primates. Primates is like the monkey-like creatures. Okay, or organisms, I'm sorry. Thanatology, that studies death, and toxicology, that's poisons, of course, poisons. Urology, that's urine. Virology, that's viruses. Zoology, that studies animals, and taxonomy is both naming and classifying organisms. Okay, so they name and they classify organisms. That's taxonomist's job. Okay, not just only classifying organisms, not only naming organisms, but both. So that's letter C, naming and classifying organisms. Next one, we have Animalia, platypus. Example, okay, that's example of the Animalia is platypus. And Plantae, example is ferns, because fluke are worms. Zooplanktons, of course, there are tiny organisms in the tiny animals in the sea, and ascaries, of course, are the worms. Next, dicot, example are beans. Monocot, example is corn. Okay, so rose, mango, beans. How would you know if it's monocot or dicot? Anyway, dicot siya if the venation or the veins, kung makikita nyo yung parang ugat na makikita nyo dun sa leaves, pag knitted or like net, okay, pag knitted siya, that means dicot. Pag parallel naman yung venation niya, venation is tawag dun sa mga veins ng vein arrangements. Pag parallel or I mean pahaba, lahat walang nagmi-meet na mga veins ng dahon, that is considered to be monocot. Okay, so corn has like this kind of venation on their leaves, so that's why we call them monocots. Okay, rose have knitted venation, mango has also knitted venations, and beans have also this knitted venation, so they are all dicots from A, B, and C. Next dicot, gumamela, example, and monocot again is rice. Mahogany, as I've told you into number 19, mahogany, molave, chrysanthemum have a knitted venation. So we consider them as dicots. Okay? So monocot is rice. Kasi ano siya, parallel yung venation niya. Next one, whorl. Example, this is leaf arrangement. Okay? Whorl, example is coconut. And opposite, when you say opposite, alternate, yung tawag nito, yung dalawang dahon magkabilaan. Okay? So opposites. Is it mango? Is it rice? Is it corn? Or banana? Banana is also, what's this? Banana is also, number one, letter A is mongo. I'm sorry. Banana is also whorl, kasi paikot yung arrangement ng dahon niya. I mean, yeah, kung na-observe nyo yan, pareho sila ng nyog. And corn, this is alternate, because we have three types of leaf arrangement. We have the whorl, we have the alternate, and we also have the opposites. Okay, rice is also like that, that's opposite, I mean alternate. And then mongo is opposite, kasi kung makikita nyo yung first na ano pa lang, yung cotyledons pa lang ng mongo, makikita nyo opposite na magkabilaan na siya. Okay, so we considered it opposites, mongo or opposites. Opposite example are peanuts. Alternate example is ginger, beans, mango, carrot. Ano kaya dito? Beans is also opposites. Yeah, opposites. Mango is also, as you can see, yung first leaves nila, opposites. So ginger is an alternate. Okay? Ginger is an alternate. Try to check the ginger leaf arrangement. Ano siya? Alternate siya. Next one. Rice is parallel and mango is knitted. As I've told you earlier, rice is monocot and mango is dicot, so it's knitted. Next, parallel, knitted. Okay, this is another like parallel example is corn, and knitted example is what? Like that. Okay, this is another type of verbal analogy question. So dalawa muna yung general term, tapos examples ganun. Okay, so parallel, example of parallel is parallel venation is corn, and the knitted venation is venation is santan. Oh, santan and radish pala. Sorry, dalawa yung naano ko ditong sagot for knitted. Anyway, pag ano siya, ganito yung point ko dun sa question na to. Dalawa muna yung general term, tapos examples yung dalawa. Pwede siya kasing ganun na ano, kung nakita nyo to sa ibang questions, set of questions. Okay? So, ganun siya. Taproot is carrot. Example of the taproot system. When say taproot, may isa silang big root tapos bago makikita yung root hairs. Okay? Fibrous roots naman, example, they are like of same sizes. All the roots are of the same sizes. Like, for example, grasses, like that. Okay? Yeah. Yun na yung sagot dito, grass. So, mayroon silang, wala silang big main root bago mag-root hairs. Okay? Yung mga fibrous. There you go. Number 26, cell, tissue, organ. Okay, so ganun siya. Hierarchical organization. Cell makes up the tissue, and tissue makes up the organ. Okay, like cell, tissue, organ system, organism, population, ganun. Okay, so hierarchical organization. Next one, we have ribosome, protein synthesis. Okay, ribosome is the site of protein synthesis in the cell. Okay, Golgi apparatus, this is the packaging site of the cell. Remember that what's this? Family names of or the functions of the organelles of cells. Next one, chloroplast. This is the site of photosynthesis. About ribosome is protein synthesis. That's letter C. Okay. Cellular respiration, ang makikita natin yan siya sa mitochondria or mitochondrion. Packaging naman, Golgi apparatus, that's letter B. And letter C, that's protein synthesis in ribosome. And glucose hydrolysis, no, not there. Not in the cell. Okay. Tapeworm, endoparasite, that means they're parasites that are living inside the hosts. And lice is ectoparasites or outside. Okay, lice. Next one, amphibian. Example is frog. Aves. Example are chicken. Aves are actually birds family. Okay, aves. Next, aves, mollusca. Okay, ito naman yung sinasabi ko sa inyong dalawang general term ulit. Aves, example is parrot, of course. And then mollusca, example are seashells. Mollusca. Next one, monosaccharide, simple. Okay, polysaccharides, that's complex. Of course, mono is one or simple. Poly means a lot or complex. Cellulose and starch are just example of polysaccharides. Okay, there are just because we have actually three types of polysaccharides. We have cellulose, starch, and glycogen. Okay, glycogen. Next one. Monosaccharide, simple. Disaccharide is double, of course. Di means two. Next one, plants are producers and animals are consumers. Okay? Oh, ano palang difference ng decomposers and scavengers? Okay, scavengers are those organisms that feed on dead organisms. Okay? Like fungi and what more? Vultures, ganun. Pero yung decomposers kasi, hindi sila nagfi-feed but they just change the dead body into a useful humus or yung healthy topsoil. Okay? So, ganun siya. Plants are autotrophs. That means, auto means they make their own food. Animals are heterotrophs because they just like consume food. Heterotrophs. Saprotrophs are those organisms that feed on dead animals or they're called scavengers. Okay? 100 is to 10. 20, okay, we just divide it by 10 anyway. So, 20 divided by 10, that's 2. Letter A. Okay? Next one. Chromosomes have 46 and pairs of chromosomes. Chromosomes have 46 chromosomes. Chromosome numbers, I'm sorry, is 46. And pair of chromosomes, there are only 23 because pag i-pair mo yung 46, magiging 23 sila. Meiosis, that's gamete cells. Gamete cells. Meiosis, the cell division in the gamete cells or sex cells or reproductive cells. Whereas yung mitosis naman sa body cells or somatic cells. Okay? Body cells or somatic cells. But other names for body cells are somatic cells. Next one, meiosis, that is sex cells. This is, I told you, anyway. Sex cells, reproductive cells, or gamete cells. Mitosis naman is in the somatic cells or body cells. Next one, meiosis. And has 4 daughter cells. Mitosis has 2 daughter cells. Okay? Meiosis has 2 phases. Okay? We have meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. Mitosis has only 1. Okay? That's actually cell division. Meiosis produces haploid daughter cells. Mitosis produces diploid daughter cells. Next one, haiku has 3 lines and sonnet has 14 lines. 14 iambic lines, particularly. Next, Linnaeus, that's Swedish, and Hippocrates, that is Greek. He was Greek. Mendel and Pasteur, this is another one. Mendel is an Austrian and Pasteur is French. Louis Pasteur. Mendel, Pasteur, genetics. Okay, Mendel is a father of genetics, whereas Pasteur is the germ theory. Okay? So that's why yung milk natin kailangan natin i-pasteurize. Kasi Louis Pasteur was the father of pasteurization or removal of germs in the milk. Next one, cattle, bull. Chicken is cattle, of course, yung lalaki is bull, chicken is rooster. September has 2 times 15 or 30 days and February has 2 times 14 or 28 days in non-leap year. Okay? Comparative, that's worst. Superlative, that's worst. Of course. May nakita ako actually, example lang yun. Kasi I teach Korean students kasi, and one of the teacher taught the word like bad, badder, baddest. Yun yung naano sa estudyante ko. But actually, baddest is just acceptable but in spoken language. That means informal. Pero pag formal kasi, we just say bad, worst, worst. Okay? So, pero actually, hindi pa rin siya ano kasi it's just parang baddest, bad, badder, baddest is just considered to be a slang. Okay? Slang. That means acceptable lang siya sa isang particular speaking group. Ganon. Next, fruit is made into wine and grain is made into beer.